Hey, what's up? This is the show where I review my whole Steam library. It's been a while. I've got a full-time job now, so yeah, it's been quite busy. This week, however, I played a little bit of Minds and Magic, which is the first M title out of 39 and the 13th out of 689 overall titles. I'll be sharing my thoughts and first impressions on it here. Also, I got this game for free, so thanks for that. Minds and Magic is a tower defense game where you not only get money by killing things, you also get resources from mines, hence the name. I'm quite the tower defense enjoyer myself, so I was excited and curious about trying this one out. After a quick read through the how to play section, I started the campaign. This game is pretty challenging, as I soon found out. At the beginning you have access to 5 units and whatever random resources spawn next to you. Sometimes you get lucky and sometimes there's just metal around you. I found it very hard to balance building army versus building the mines out. Feels like if you let the enemy break even a single time, you won't be able to recuperate because you're just too broke. The units that your castle kills are worth only 1 gold. If this golem guy gets killed by my units, he might be worth 30, but if my castle gets the last hit, it will only be 1 gold. This, and just the shortage of gold in general, makes it very difficult to balance things. That's kind of a big problem. There were many rounds where I would barely clear the wave, and then I would get just enough money to build 1 additional peon, low tier level 1 unit guy that lets me barely survive the next round. Feels like I'm playing catch up every single round. After figuring out what to build and when to upgrade, you can make some progress, but I find this process relatively frustrating. On top of that, the resource spawns are randomized, so you have to get lucky and or destroy rocks and hope for the resources you need. I didn't enjoy the casting mechanic very much. I prefer to build towers and upgrade them, but I guess there might be some people that like the added depth. After clearing a mission, you get to the campaign map view thing, and the first time it was a bit overwhelming. Each mission you beat gives you some resources you can use to upgrade things for the coming runs, like 0.5 extra gold per round and so on. I imagine if you grind these out, the game is more playable, but especially in the beginning it's very tough and kind of a slow starter. The map you play on is always the same, and as far as I know, there's 2 different builders, aka factions, with 5 towers each, and you can research some extra towers. I didn't like that the other builder was locked behind a resource gate. Grinding that out would have taken me way too long, and yeah, I just didn't have it in me to play for that long. Also, another interesting thing that I noticed is the subtle inspiration from a different game on some of these units. Yeah, that's about it. I spent around 2 hours with this game and I was decently entertained. What did I like about it? It's a double-edged sword, but it was a good challenge. There's a certain depth to it that is cool. You can upgrade your castle, the units, the mines, there's spell casting, so I guess there's a bunch of different stuff to try out. What did I not like about the game? It is a slow starter and it is pretty challenging, which can become frustrating quickly. Especially if you're getting cucked by bad resource spawns. There's only 1 map, enemies always spawn in the same spot and your guys always move in the same way, so feels like positioning doesn't really matter that much. You could add 1 or 2 more maps easily, where the only thing you do is make them come from the opposite direction, and there you go. You just added more depth challenge and content to your game. The camera was sometimes a little bit janky, but yeah, I guess I can look past it since it's kind of a small indie game from a single dude, I think. As far as I know, this started out as some StarCraft mod. So yeah, probably the biggest flaw though is the pretty high price. Not sure I would spend 14 bucks on this game. Almost certainly not. It's entertaining for a couple hours, but I honestly don't think it's worth that much, especially with giants like Bloons TD in the same price category. All in all though, if you're bored of your usual tower defense games and you want a challenge for a couple hours, do check this out. If you got any questions, hit me up on my email or in the comments. If you enjoyed this week's review, be sure to like and subscribe. I release a new one by now every once in a while, I guess. Good luck.